So on this particular day, myself and my husband and my baby, right? So we carried him in the stroller and then we headed to downtown. So it was our turn to order. And then the guy asked us, it was a guy, a white, like really white guy. Really white guy in the sense that you will know them. In Nigeria, there's no need to form. I did not used to eat burger. My mother does not make burger. And he just shouted that he cannot hear what I'm saying. Somebody else come and attend to me. Blah, blah, blah. That what is she saying? Hi guys, welcome again to my channel. My name is Malala, and if you are new here, please subscribe to my channel, like this video, make sure you comment, like say something nice, and if you are a returning subscriber, please share me with your family and friends. Actually, my goal this year was that I was going to reach 10k subscribers, and I'm struggling to reach 4k. I know it's a long stretch, but we'll call it into fusion. I'm hoping and praying that I actually get to 10k before the end of this year. There's nothing God cannot do, right? And you guys. So please subscribe to my channel, share my videos with your loved ones, and tell them to subscribe. Lots of people watch my videos and they don't subscribe. I beg now, I beg, please subscribe to my channel. Okay, so today's video, I'm talking about something very controversial, and I mentioned it in one of my videos, and that's why I'm like, let's just talk about this thing, how I experienced racism in Canada. And this was even when we first came. So for backstory, anybody who doesn't know, I came into Canada in 2022, May 2022, and shortly after I had my baby. So I was home for the longest. Like, I was home, my husband was the one working, and I was staying at home for the longest time. So I never really experienced like coming out to see people that I see are like Nigerians who come to say hello, here and there, and then they bring gifts for us and our baby. So I've never really experienced going outside. But on this particular day, there's this organization that when we came in, they always supply my baby with diapers, with gifts, with clothes and the likes. Please, if you have questions on that, just go through my channel. I've done videos on that. So on this day, we're going to downtown to this organization to go get the stuff. And normally my husband will go. We didn't have a car at the time, so my husband and I took the train. So from our house you take the bus and then you take the train before you get to downtown. And that day I'm like, I've not been going out. That's why I gave this backstory. I've not been going out, so let me follow you today so that me too I can go out. You guys get now. So I now told my husband, let's go together. And then I hope you people are enjoying this my story, because I like saying story so that you enjoy it. That's why I'm giving you this backstory. Let me continue. So on this particular day, myself and my husband and my baby, right? So we carried him in the stroller and then we headed to downtown. And when we got to downtown, we got all the things we wanted to get, and we're going back. It's a long stretch. Like, using the bus or the transit in Canada is stressful. So we now said, let's eat in a restaurant just close by in downtown. I don't want to call the restaurant out. It's not even calling them out. I've moved past it. But I don't want to tarnish anybody's image. It was just one person that did this, so that it doesn't look like, I'm calling them out. No. Plus, it's a different franchise. The owner of this restaurant might not be the owner of this next restaurant, and let it not be that somebody uses what I say to go to one restaurant and start feeling like, oh, that's how they used to behave. Somebody has said it in one of our videos, that kind of thing. But you see this restaurant, let me give you a clue. This restaurant is known like everywhere in the world. It's one of the biggest brands in the world. Their logo is like M logo. But let me continue. So we got there and we were on the queue, myself, my husband, and our baby, of course. And then it was our turn to order. First, that's my first time going out. Like I said, I wasn't going out like often when we first arrived. This and that in Canada and all. So it was our turn to order. And then the guy asked us, it was a guy, a white, like really white guy. really white guy in the sense that you will know them. Then the guy asked, what do we want to get? I was still contemplating. It was my first time out. I had not experienced eating burger and the likes. So the one I know from my home country, in Nigeria, there's no need to form. I do not used to eat burger. My mother does not make burger. It's the local dishes I eat. Even when I go out with my husband, I'd rather order something I'm familiar with. So I wasn't used to all of those when we first came. So I was looking at the orders, like they had a whole menu plastered everywhere. And my husband already had his own order. He already knew what he wanted to order based off of the fact that he had been going out. So I was like, I want donuts. Please, if you cannot hear me, let me know. And that's not to the person, I'm saying it to you guys. So I told this guy, I want donut and I want Pepsi. So I want donut and Pepsi. And the guy was like, I can't hear what you're saying. Like, please, you people, share. You are not hearing the way I'm talking. I want donut. And I was like, donut. I was trying to explain, but donut. But loto, here. True. Most of the time, they can say, oh, they don't understand what you are saying. But I'll get to that. So I told this guy, I want donut and Pepsi. And the guy didn't even hold on for me to repeat myself the second time. He just shouted that he cannot hear what I'm saying. Somebody else come and attend to me. Blah, blah, blah. That what is she saying? Like, you know when somebody is outrightly rude to you. That was what happened to me. The guy was just like, I can't hear what she's saying. He was just speaking plenty English. On top of donut and Pepsi. I was in shock because, guys, this was my first time going out. Like, my baby was still very little. I had not been going out. I was in shock. My husband just bam me said, like, he pushed me on one side, the way I was behaving, because I didn't understand what was going on. My husband just moved closer and was like, she wants to buy donut and Pepsi. And how is that a problem? So he still didn't answer. He was like, he's not going to attend to any one of us. Like, he just moved aside. And yeah, one lady, like, she looked like an Asian Filipino kind of person. She just walked up to us and she was like, what do you want to order? And I said, donut and Pepsi. Me, I was still looking like don't do. My husband was the one attending to them. My husband requested for burger and I was just there looking. Like, I was looking like, what just happened? And my husband was just like, it's one of those things. I said, no, it's not one of those things. We're going to leave the place, just buy and order and take out. But we had to sit down because I was in shock. Like, Kilon Shele, what exactly is going on? My husband and I explained that some people are like that. They're just being racist. They will say they don't hear you. They don't want to relate with somebody that is black. That exactly was what was the guy's problem. Telling somebody else to come and attend to us. When you could clearly hear me that I was saying donuts. Please, is there any other way that I am talking that somebody will not hear? And then my husband was like, I have experienced some of these things. If I say to come and talk on this channel, and I will say no. So you people, let me say my own experience. He had experienced even way worse than that. But you know how the men just brush things aside. When he comes home, he doesn't tell me anything about it. He just moves on like nothing is going on. But me, it was my really shocking experience. How will somebody not hear that I'm asking for donut and Pepsi? Like, how hard is that? And then all throughout till we got home, even the donut and Pepsi, I just carried it like this. And then we got to the car, we got to the train. I was still thinking about it, like it was in my thoughts. When we go home, my husband now sat me down to say, see, these things will happen. This is not our land. And something like this will happen. And he explained to me that in his office, he has somebody that works with him very closely. His office then wasn't motorable. So somebody comes to pick him up and drops him off, like back and forth. And he and that guy, they are chilled. The guy understands him perfectly. But when they get to the office, there's this other guy that tells my husband that, oh, I don't understand what you're saying. And my husband is like, you don't understand what I'm saying. But then this guy can understand me perfectly. And you are both really white. So what's the problem? And this guy had to explain to my husband that I can get you. If he doesn't get you, that's his problem. So what I'm trying to bring out from this video is that if you have experienced being reacted to like that, or somebody has been racist to you, one thing my husband says is, it's their problem, not your problem. And if somebody cannot hear you, it's that person's problem, because they expect that you're coming from Africa, you're coming from Nigeria. American films would use Nigerians in their videos. They will say, oh, this person is a Nigerian, and then be talking ta, like you're not talking like I am talking. You're talking as if, oh, I am going to the market. I am this. I will not be in the family house. I will go and see my wife. Like, that's not how we talk. We talk like normal, regular woman. And it's the same way they will feel like, oh, you're not speaking well. They say you are speaking like a Nigerian, and they just become racist to you. Or you've experienced people just being rude to you because you're black. You've experienced people just talk to you anyhow. I have experienced some of that, especially in workplaces, that they just act somehow to you because you're black, and you don't understand why this person is behaving like this. They are being racist. I have experienced it firsthand in this my recent workplace, and the boss expects me to be proving myself because I am black, and doesn't expect the same thing from somebody that is white. I mean, I'll come home like this, I'll be raking, I'm talking to my husband, what they did to me today, blah 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 blah. My husband just be smiling because he has experienced way worse. But this video is not to call out anybody, it's just to say that if you have experienced something like this, it's not about you, it's about them. If they don't accept you, it's about them. If they don't love you as you are black, it's about them. It has nothing to do with you. It has nothing to do with where you're coming from. You just be yourself, head straight, eye up, and you'll be fine. That's one of the reasons why I love that I am going into teaching. My supervisor in my practicums, she comes to my classes and make me feel seen. Like, she tells me they need your experience in the classroom. Every school I've gone to do my practicum, I'm the only black teacher. Imagine being the only black teacher in the midst of 80 teachers. And the kids do not have people to associate with. So it's one of the reasons why she's proud of me. She's like, when you walk into any classroom, make sure you tell them your experience. They want to listen. Like, the kids want to learn. They want to understand what is going on in other cultures. And I will be bringing that into the classroom. So I am not scared to be black in my classroom. Yes, sometimes it makes me feel conscious, like I'm conscious of myself. It makes me feel like, oh, hope these people will not see me in this light. But I have people who are way white, who are backing me up, telling me that your experience is needed. People are telling me that you being black is something very unique about you. And I own it, proud of it, love it, living it, which is why I made this video. So that anybody who have experienced all of these things, and you feel like, oh, even Canada, they are racist here. I've not experienced the extreme racism that I see on TV. But just be sure to let yourself know that it's not about you, it's about them. And I hope that my kid doesn't experience this kind of things. But we will let him know, we'll educate him right from time to be sure that he understands all of these things before he goes to school or gets bullied and all of that. But I've not experienced the extreme racism. But this one that I have experienced, it took me for a very long time before I gradually started to step out of it, to say, it's not about me, it's about them. And if they are not comfortable with it, they'll be fine. If they are not fine, I don't know, they'll be all right. So that's all I wanted to discuss in this video. I just wanted to gist with you guys what I experienced and how, for me, I overcame it. It didn't take like that same day. It took me a while, but just snap out of it. Anything they do, don't let it affect you. It still affects me. If somebody does something to me today, I will still feel bad. So, but that's the story. I hope that you've learned one or two things from my story. I hope that this story this gist has gingered you in some way, or it has made you see things in a different light. And hopefully, I hope I don't experience more of this racism, or my kids doesn't experience all of these things, because it's not everybody that can hold it to their chest and throw it away. Some people will hold it to their chest forever, and it will affect them in the long run. But that being said, I'm done with this video. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for liking. Please like. Let me see plenty likes on this video, please. share, and also drop comments. If you are in Canada or you're in any country that is not in Nigeria, even Nigeria itself, are they not racist to each other? But we'll not go there today. But if you're in Canada or you're in any other country, please, you've experienced racism firsthand, drop your comments in the comment section and let us chat a bit about it. You know, I always reply your comments. It might take 1 or 2 days, but I'm always there. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Okay, bye guys. Bye.